Hello, YouTube. Now, I admit I have absolutely neglected you. Now, I don't want you to think it's because I don't care about you, okay? Because I do. I love you from the bottom of my heart. But it's just been a very busy year, you know, just really getting my clients and getting my business to grow. So please forgive me for that, okay? This is a good thing. I have seen exponential growth in the company, but I want to actually share, you know, the gear that has allowed me, that has facilitated that growth that I've purchased this year, that I'm pretty sure you could use some of that too. Now, I admit the price ranges are going to be all over the place. So go ahead, grab your snack, you know, grab your zebra cakes, your flaming hot Doritos and your Faygo Pop, because we have a video for you. So in this video, we're going to talk about the most important camera gear and tech that I bought in 2022. Number one, okay, we are starting off with a heavy hitter because I was one of those guys, you know, I was one of those guys that was like, you know, I gotta build my own PC. And I was out here, you know, buying PC parts like they were car parts. It was ridiculous. Enter the M1 MacBook Pro. And the reason why this was so important, because it was literally my first Mac computer that I've ever purchased ever in my life. When I started using the Canon R5, okay, you remember, the Intel chips from PCs could not handle, you know, the R5 footage. It would literally crash the entire computer. You know, my computer would be just like this. And I'm looking down at my computer like, if you don't get your... So yes, the M1 MacBook Pro 16-inch, it kind of changed my life, because the way it was able to spit out footage, spit out photos, I've never really experienced that level of speed. Because honestly, when I was using my PC, if I even tried to export footage and tried to do anything else, even Google Chrome, it would literally crash the computer if I was using the R5 footage. With my M1 MacBook Pro, I can confidently multitask. I'm talking like, you know, Excel spreadsheets, but I could also do like other photo edits. I mean, fast transfer speeds when it comes to, you know, offloading your footage. When it comes to your editing, the display is probably the best display you can get on the market on any machine at this point. And the only reason now that I even use my PC is because it has 128 gigs of RAM, which is perfect for like music production. Other than that, this is my editing machine. Very portable, very powerful. All right. And I can't wait to maybe try out the Mac Studio in the near future. Item number 2 that I bought this year. Now it's kind of 2 and 2A, because I'm talking about 2 cameras, but in one subject. That'll be the Sony FX3 that I'm shooting on and the Sony a7 IV. Okay, but it's for the same reasons. Now I talked a little about the R5. It's somewhere in this house. Okay, I'm kidding. It's still the best overall camera. I think it can do everything. It's just not perfect at everything. But to be honest with you, like jokes aside, the Sony FX3, I can confidently say it has changed my career as a filmmaker. And I know that sounds a little crazy. Y'all like that, hey, boy, you going out of hand. I'm dead serious. Like the type of clientele I get now when I switch to the Sony FX3 has definitely changed, has dramatically changed. But I can confidently say, once again, I've never been able to get my footage to look like this on anything but the Zcam E2S6 and the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. So to have this amount of power in such a small package, not only this one, the FX3, but also this a7 IV, which is ridiculous that you can have S-Log3 in all of these cameras. Having that color flexibility and getting that cinema grade look changed my career. Okay, audio capabilities. The fact that I have this dynamic microphone, very similar to the SM7B that is right over here, I can just hook this directly up to the camera and I'm just here talking. I'm just saying that flexibility is what you would get in a bigger cinema camera. So to have that in this small package has really been a game changer, because I can get really clean audio anywhere. I can go to Timbuktu right now and film a 2-person podcast. I'm just saying, like, it is that flexible. I like to even use shotgun mics with it. It's just got so much in it that has made my life easier, and it also adds so much production value to, you know, your client sets, and your clients see it and they love it too. All right, trust me, they love it too. But again, back to the color grading, there's this look that I've always wanted, and I've never been able to do it with my Canon cameras because of C-Log3, but with S-Log3, it's just very flexible, and I can shoot ProRes RAW and get even more flexibility. So having that at my disposal and getting that look, all right, you know, the look that you want, I get the look that I want. and that's all that matters to me. Number 3, the Rode Wireless Go charger from ZGCINE. I think I got that right. Okay, the Rode Wireless Go charger. Okay, this is something that is within your price budget, everyone's price budget, especially if you're using the Rode Wireless Go, the version 1 and version 2. I'm ashamed to admit the amount of times I've tried to risk it all and forget to charge my Rode Wireless Goes. You know, maybe there have been times where these things have been at 0%, right? And I've thrown them in this charger hoping for the best as I was on my way to a shoot. This is hypothetical. This is hypothetical. Okay, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, okay, these things come in clutch. And I'm saying this because I know I'm not the only one that forgets to charge these Rode Wireless Goes, or sometimes something goes wrong and they don't fully charge, or sometimes the USB is not completely, you know, plugged in. Okay, I'm talking about myself, but I'm just saying I know you probably go through it too. These come in clutch whenever you need to get some quick juice, like 50%, 60%, just to get through an interview really quickly. Clutch. Number 4, okay, this one sat in my cart for a while. This is the Samsung Odyssey 49-inch monitor. So as I was getting more into color grading, especially with the Sony FX3, Sony FX6, A7 IV, I wanted to have a really good monitor. And I didn't want to go the route of doing the dual monitor thing again, because setting it up, I'm very lazy, okay? In my old age, I get very lazy, okay? I'm sorry. And I watched this video from Unbox Therapy on this 49-inch monitor, okay? Have you ever had 49 inches in front of you? No? Don't worry about it. I'm just saying it has been a pleasure to work with. I mean, within the first 2 days of me working on this monitor, when I first bought it at the beginning of this year, I was like, bro, I should have been bought this thing a long time ago. Like, it is a pleasure to work with. I always use DisplayPort because it is about a 5K resolution, so it's very sharp, very color accurate. I confidently color grade video on this thing. All right, imagine yourself. All right, just envision you. We're talking about you, not me. You have 4 windows of Premiere Pro up. You can use any panel. You can have your Lumetri color up, your actual footage up that you're looking at, your preview, your timeline, your effects, your project files. All of these up, okay, at one time, one big screen. That's my life, okay? You can do the same thing on DaVinci. You can do the same thing in Final Cut. I'm not telling you to go get this monitor. I'm just telling you, for my life, it has made life so much easier to really have that at my disposal. And I know it's you know, it is a lofty item, but right now, okay, you can get this thing, you can get this bad boy for $8.99 on Amazon. Okay, they brought the price down. So I got the 120 hertz. I'm laughing because you don't need all that. Okay, I get it. I have the 120 hertz one. I think there's one that's like 155 hertz. Okay, that's going to be more expensive. Stick with the 120 hertz if you are a video editor. You don't need to go ahead and get... If you want a game on it, you can. That's all I'm saying. If you want a game on it, you absolutely can. I have. Just saying, being honest. Transparency. That's what we do around here. Number 5. This item didn't come out this year, but it is something I picked up this year. Okay, so I like to use prime lenses when I shoot photos, but it's not always the most conducive thing. When I'm shooting sometimes like photo and video at the same time, I would shoot with the Sigma 24-70 for video. And what I would do for photos is I would just switch between my primes. And I love the look. I prefer the look in photography with a prime lens, but that's not always conducive to your process. All right, you know, it's just not. Okay, I'm looking at you over here. It's just not conducive to the process to just go back and forth. You could miss a moment. I don't like to miss moments, so I needed another zoom lens. So I looked at the Tamron 28-75. I was like, I could get another 24-70, but let's be honest here. The 24-70 Sigma is a heavy lens, and don't be fooled by the muscle. Okay, I like to be lazy, like work smarter, not harder. I work hard enough. Let's get something that's more lightweight. So I thought about the 28-70 Sigma. I had to try this lens out because I heard it was very lightweight. I had no idea that this thing was literally, I can't even get the word out, the same size as the Tamron 17-28, the same size as a wide angle zoom lens by Tamron. Now I know it's the 28-70 and not the 24-70, but you know, do you really need the extra 4 millimeters? I don't know what you're into. Okay, that's you. Sometimes I don't even take the 24-70 just to keep things light. I've traveled with this lens. I'm telling you, like, this thing is a workhorse that was very underrated, and I feel like a lot of people are not talking about this lens, which is why I'm gonna do a completely separate video on it. But I'm telling you, 28-70 Sigma. If you need your first zoom lens, $899, $1,000. 28-70 2.8 Sigma Contemporary, go and get it. You're gonna be shocked at how good this thing is, and how lightweight it is gonna blow your mind. I ended up getting the DJI RS3 Pro. Now, most of you know I used to be sponsored by ZGCINE, okay? And that was mainly what I used. I had a Ronin S when they first came out, but I needed something that had a bigger cradle. Hence, I was sponsored by ZGCINE, and I would use their Crane 2S because it had a really big cradle, and I was using, you know, the Z Cam, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. I'm using these bigger cameras, and I wanted something that could easily balance with it. So DJI took a little minute to build something that would, you know, hold a big rig, a bigger camera. All right, my goodness, DJI. Oh, I don't think I've seen so many upgrades in one product year over year, or like, they added so much to this thing. They brought us to the 21st century by putting a touch screen on it. Okay, the auto lock feature has, I did not know I needed this feature. Okay, when I travel with my gimbal, I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I go ahead, set up my camera, my FX3 on it, and I just put that auto lock on, and being able to just, you know, slide my camera on, slide it off, slide it back on, turn on, boom, bop, it's ready to go. It's so much innovation in this thing. Keep in mind, you got the transmission system that you can actually add to it. You got the LiDAR that you can add to it. So if I'm using a cinema lens like the ones I have from DZO, I'm able to get autofocus with that LiDAR. Not to mention every company, okay, Tilta, Small Rig, Digital Photo, Camvate, like I can name all of them. Every single company has every accessory you've ever wanted. That's when you know a product is taking over a market. It's when other companies are making accessories, products, things to complement that product, and they're going all out. This has now become the industry standard. And again, a gimbal to me has always just been a gimbal. They do the same thing, balanced footage, all right? But this thing here, the motors are stronger. The cradle is bigger. Like it's just, the build quality, like it's just so much I can talk about. The carbon fiber on it, now I got the RS3 Pro, bigger cradle. That's what I wanted. You don't have to get that. You can get the regular RS3. You'll be fine. Trust me. Like, these are very capable, very strong gimbals, and I highly recommend you try it out. So before we get to the last thing, which you see a little bit of a sneak peek over here behind me, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Cuts Clothing. Cuts is a company that just has the best t-shirts you can ever ask for. If you've been watching this entire video, you've been seeing some of their shirts throughout the video. You've seen them in other videos, and if you follow me on other social media platforms, you see their stuff everywhere, and I love the way everything fits. The best material shirts you can find, okay? Another thing, it is cozy season, so that means you want to have your hoodies on deck for the ladies and the gentlemen, okay? I have had this hoodie for a while. I've washed this hoodie so many times. I work out in it. Sometimes I just wear it out, but I'm just letting you know, this is what it looks like. This is the best fitting hoodie you can find on the market, and I guarantee you will love it too. So hit that link down below. Get some hoodies. I've even bought some because I wanted to have them in other colors. I'm just saying, even I buy them. So hit that link down below if you want to use that discount, okay? Get that discount. Go ahead, try some Cuts Clothing. I promise you, you will not regret trying this brand out. Number 7, last but not least. All right, this product I hated on for years. And for all those people I hated on, I owe you an apology. I hated on the iPad forever. I was like, who in the world wants a gigantic iPhone to just carry around? And I just belittled it so much, because now we're at this point where iOS, you know, iPad OS specifically, that's what it's called, has gotten so far. This is a walking computer. So I go to a lot of meetings in a day, and I wanted something to take with me to take notes, okay? So I use Notion, I use it on my phone, I use it on my computer, and I wanted something that was larger, but, you know, not the size of a laptop, that I can take from meeting to meeting, okay? And obviously I wanted to be able to edit photos on the go, but my goodness, this thing is so powerful, like stupid powerful. The way I can edit photos, you can even edit video. I've edited reels on this thing, okay? But the other thing is, there's not a lot of things I bought this year that have been this useful. Let me break down the things I use this iPad for. Number one, storyboarding. Obviously, we all do storyboarding with our iPads. The other thing I use it for clients as a teleprompter. They love this thing. Like, they're amazed at the fact that they can just read off of their script, you know, obviously in a real human voice, and just boom, it's that easy. I use it for interviews. I've used this thing so many times as a wireless monitor, you know, for my FX3 and my A7 IV. Matter of fact, I'm controlling my A7 IV with this iPad as we speak, which allows me, if I'm sitting here on a podcast with someone, I can monitor, you know, my cameras through my iPad and my iPhone. I love to do a lot of photography inspo. So let me tell you something. It is a pleasure to use this thing to go through your Pinterest board. I know a lot of you guys may not have Pinterest boards, but hey, look me, I'm basic. I got a Pinterest board and I enjoy using my Apple Pencil. You listen to me. Oh, I'm ashamed. I'm one of those people now, okay? I love using my Apple Pencil on this iPad. It is, don't judge me. But I can tell you, this thing has easily made the money back from me using it in a production environment, okay? Whether it's notes, whether it's, you know, showing my clients what they look like on camera. Like, just that simple gives clients such relief when they can see themselves and they get a preview of what their work is gonna look like. They're always like, oh, okay, all right, this looks incredible. They're always excited. So if you've ever debated on buying an iPad, I mean, there you go. I promise you as a shooter, especially if you shoot with Sony cameras, you can use this in your production environment. I have, and I'm telling you, it comes in handy. Okay, so that is my list. All right, but I tried to keep it short, and it wasn't short, but that's okay. There are other things I could have added to the list that have been very, very useful and impactful to me, but I wanted to make a list of the things that have been the most impactful for me this year. So I hope down below that you all share some of yours, like some of the things that you got, some of the things that you swipe your card to get, and you've been like, damn, I better make some money off of this. I want to know what you all purchased too. And I will see y'all down in the comments. Please like, comment, subscribe to your boy, and I would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you all in the next video. I love you.